Hey guys, Hot Guy with the picks here. I wanted to get out another NBA game to you guys today, and I think I have that one. Game we're looking at is the New York Knicks traveling to Orlando Magic. The Knicks opened up at a 6.5 point favorite, and right now they sit at -7. The total opened up at 213, and it is still sitting at 213. In the NBA this year, we are 1-1. We lost with the Lakers on opening night. In the next night, we had the Spurs -6, and they won by 26 over the Orlando Magic. You're probably going to see me have a lot of videos with the Magic in them this year. A few years back, I can remember I picked two teams, and I didn't pick two teams to bet with. I bet two teams to fade against, and it worked out pretty well. It was a hair over a 60% winning rate by the end of the year, which, if you're a gambler like I'm a gambler, you know over 60% you're making some money, and I made some money. The Knicks, opening night, they took on Boston at home. The Knicks, they had a double-digit lead late in the fourth quarter, and somehow they squandered those points down to taking it to the first overtime. And after the first overtime, I guess there wasn't enough basketball played up to that time, so they went into a second overtime. And inside the second overtime, the Knicks were able to power out a win at 138 over 134 for Boston. The Knicks had a great all-around game. Randall had 35, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. Evan Fournier put up 32. The whole team, they just gelled. I mean, they gelled together really good. You got to figure they were playing Tatum. They were playing Brown. I mean, hell, Brown exploded. I mean, he came out the gate. I think he scored 20 of the first 25 points. I mean, he was on absolute fire. And for the Knicks to grind them down like that and unfortunately get to overtime, then go to overtime and get the win, a win's a win. It is. And I see them doing that again tonight in a pretty big way. The Knicks in that game, they shot 48% from the field. They shot 38% from three-point range. And they put up 138 points on the Celtics. And this Knicks team, I believe, they're going to give a lot of teams trouble this year. They got a good starting five. It was good to see Mitchell Robinson put in some playing time, came down with 17 boards. Derrick Rose leading the second team coming out. Opie Topin, it was nice to see him get involved. A rookie last year they have some real talent on this team. And I think they're gonna do some damage this year. I really do. They should make playoffs for sure this year. For sure. They definitely have one of the top 8 teams in the East, I'd say, led by Randall. Randall's just he's turning into a stud. I mean, he's turning into damn near a triple-double almost every game. And I think we're going to see that out of him most of the year. Their bench brings a lot of energy. It was a good game. It was a good game for him. Now, on the other hand, if you watch the channel, obviously, my NBA pick on Tuesday were the San Antonio Spurs giving 6 points to this Orlando Magic team. And inside that video, I said, I think Magic may hang around for a little bit, and then Spurs will just pull away in the second half to a very, very comfortable lead. And that's exactly what happened in that game. Orlando got a lineup full of guys that wouldn't start on other teams. Let's put it like that. They got guys that wouldn't start on other teams. They have, like most teams, bench out there on the court. And yes, they're NBA players. They're going to knock down shots. They're going to get turnovers. They're going to have dunks. They're going to have layups, yes. But there's times in the game where true talent just take over. I mean, just take over. And these two teams, they're on different planets when it comes to talent. You can look up and down the roster on the Magic, and you can look up and down the roster on the Knicks, and they're not even close. They're not even close. So we won that game with the Spurs, obviously. They won by 26 points. And I didn't even feel they did anything special. All they did was play defense they were supposed to do, and they executed the plays they were supposed to do. I mean, just a typical basketball game. They just consistently scored, and Magic couldn't stop them. And the same thing's going to happen tonight. They say this is going to be the year that this is the rebuilding year for the Magic. I'll sit here and I think, like, haven't the Magic been trying to rebuild for the last 20 years? Like, is this really a rebuild team? What are they building around? What are they building with? They don't have any pieces to build with or build around. That's clear to see. I think the Magic, like I said, they're going to be a team to fade most of the year. And it's nice to get the Magic playing at home against a talented team, because in the so-called sports book world, they give you a few points for playing at home, which shouldn't go for most teams. And for some reason, it still does. If this game was played in New York, it would be it'd be probably somewhere between 13 and a 14-point favorite. Tonight we get a blessing and a gift by the Knicks -7. And what I see obviously the Magic hanging around maybe a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half. New York's talent will completely take over this game, and the Knicks will cruise to a double-digit victory. So tonight in the NBA, take the Knicks -7. You guys know what we're going to do. We're going to get back to getting this cash.